Hi guys. So today I just want to do something a little different and tell you a story, for lack of a better term. Um, so obviously I read tarot because you're here, probably watching my videos, and I've obviously had my share of tarot readings. And the first tarot reading I ever had was back in April of 2012. And it's true what they say about that 2012 energy. That was a big wake up because I'm under 30. So I think a lot of people my age, that's really when it came a knockin', so to speak. Anyways, so I find this woman and she was extremely accurate. And I was talking about her out in my community the other day because she's the only tarot reader I've ever had that actually projected very long term things in her cards. And it's not that anyone can't or it's very rare. It's just that, free will is so flexible and we can really do a lot of things that we want to do, regardless of whether or not they are for us. And she projected some long term type of things for me, and I was commending her on that, and I was saying how I went looking for her to get a reading recently, and this woman, I was in the hair salon, as you can see. I got a haircut, not loving it, but anyways, it's irrelevant. I'm in the hair salon, and this woman that works there goes, "Oh, it's because she's in jail," and I was shocked because, like I said, her reading was very accurate. And actually, one of the things that she told me was when I first got there, she kept saying, "Are you sure you've never had a reading before?" And I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "Well, I'm going to let you know right now that you're more in tune than the average person." I had not practiced tarot at all at that point. I had never picked up a deck. That was literally when I just started getting interested in wanting to, like, really dive in more. Prior to that, all I ever really did was I believed in astrology, but I didn't have the knowledge I do now. And I always believed in dream interpretation. But aside from that, I was, I guess, like a regular person. I had technically a Christian background growing up, but it wasn't super drilled into me. So I would say that my upbringing was more non denominational. But I'm the only spiritual person in my family. I'm not like from a line of people that are always affirming and going to yoga and things. Um, anyway, so I find out this woman's in jail. So I'm like, oh my God, what happened? What do you mean? And they're like, well, I guess she's been scammed. She was scamming people. She was scamming people for money. And I guess like she got one or two people for like over $7,000 a piece, which is wild. And I'm sitting there and I'm telling this other woman, I'm like, but you don't understand. Like, she told me, that I would be a writer later in life and like that I don't need to just go to school for that and that, I have these abilities and whatever. And one thing I distinctly remember about her reading is, first of all, I can see her price list on the wall. And her most expensive service was a chakra clearing for $500. Okay, I just remember seeing it there. Towards the end of my reading, I remember her saying to me, like, listen, like, you need to do some clearing of your energy, which I had never cleared my energy before at that point. I didn't really know what that was, though I knew what chakras in general were. Um, and she said, but you're powerful and you will be able to do it on your own. So I just suggest you go get a journal, get a book about the chakras, and learn how to do it yourself. Okay, that's how she finished our session. I vividly remember. I leave, I end up never going back to her. I've only had 4 tarot readings done on me ever. I'm very particular about who I will and won't go to, so that is why I'm extra honored when you guys choose to come to me. Um, anyways. So now she scammed people for thousands of dollars. So now what is mystifying to me is that normally when you think of like tarot readers or psychics being scammers, it's the idea that the information that they're giving you is not correct. Like they don't have the gift, that the sense of the process in and of itself is a scam. But she didn't try to scam me, and obviously it's because she knew that I would know what's up. Like basically she was able to read my energy in a way that made it clear to her that I am not to be taken, which means she also read these other people and realized that they are porous or that they're misguided or whatever, and that they'd be able to be taken for money. Now, as someone that is now professional, doing this, I'm just very shocked. And I'm sure there's a lot of people that are going to watch this video and be like, Krista, why are you shocked? Like, that's what people do. People are scammers, people aren't always, for the best intentions, blah, blah, blah. And to be honest, I have a hard time believing that. Like, I guess in a lot of ways, I'm that kind of a person. Like, I'm a good person where I believe that innately all people are bad. Like, I'm one of those people that have the ability to sit with inmates and prisoners and have a heart to heart with them about why they chose to do what they did, right? And obviously, there's a ton of people that are in jail that are innocent. There's a ton of people in jail that are not innocent. And I'm talking about that, those people that have actually done the bad things. And, I guess me being able to see the best in people and the light in people always, no matter how much darkness there is a gift. And I just wanted to share to all of you that, like, one, I couldn't believe that even happened. Like, I don't know. When I found out that happened, I was just so mystified. And I'm like, I got to make a video on this. Like, I got to talk to people about this. Because I just can't fathom having that level of connection and wanting to use it for bad when it's so much more powerful when you use it for good. Because I guarantee you, if she just used all her power for good and expanded upon that and like really opened people's lives up and got them to, you know what I mean? Even the wealthy people. Why wouldn't the wealthy people tell their other wealthy friends? And they come and, you know what I'm saying? Or, I mean, how do you just not believe in the overall universal flow of like law of attraction, where if like we hold powerful, positive intentions in our heart and we move from our heart space and use heart love and as our motivation for everything that we do, why wouldn't the universe bust wide open for us and let anything and everything come to us that we desire? Like, there's literally no reason to scam somebody for any amount of money, never mind a small $14,000. Like, can you believe she's really doing prison time? She's a psychic, a psychic that I'm sitting here telling you was extremely accurate in short term and long term. Because there's a move that I'm about to make this year that she predicted. And the one I was talking about with journaling and writing, I could write, but I choose to speak to you guys instead. But I know I'll write a book in the future, and like it's just, I guess I'm just really shocked at the people's willingness or I guess lack of sanctity with their gifts. And I guess I wanted to bring this up because, first of all, we all have the power to develop a strong relationship with our higher self, with our guides, with spirit, with source, with whatever we believe in, our ancestors. And it is a very powerful tool. And it requires you to have a lot of respect, not only for yourself, but for humanity. And please know that no matter how gifted you are, you will always reap what you sow. This woman is now in prison because she's reaping what she sowed, no matter how gifted she was or connected she was, period. And that's her own doing. And that's the whole idea of being a human. We can really do whatever we want, no matter how much we know better. Like, she obviously knew she wasn't supposed to do that. I mean, she has, so, there's no idea that like, oh, she's connected to bad spirits and that's what she wanted to do or whatever. Like, we always can do whatever we want. But I urge you all to develop a deeper connection with yourself based out of love and based on wanting to be empathetic and know yourself. And because the more we know ourselves, the more we can look at the other, look at anybody out in humanity and see ourselves in them, which allows us to build empathy and compassion for the other. And I think that's so important. That's so, so important. And that's a lot of what I base my readings on. That's why even when I look into love and career, all of my former clients and current clients will tell you my readings are very much kind of like my generals, where they're talking about energy and how you feel and how to move out of that space. And that's why in the future, I will be bringing you guys services that are more like counseling, where, we can do more inner healing work on a concentrated basis. It would be something that would be great, like after getting a soul reading. And I'm going to keep working with you guys. I also have an idea of doing a combination package where you get the soul reading. Then based on what comes out in the soul reading, I create a little customized medicine kit with things like incense and affirmations and maybe a crystal and stuff like that. but based on what we uncovered in your session. And then I mail that to you, and then you'd also get a follow-up Skype call with me that wouldn't include divination, but would just include you being able to talk about, how these energies have hit in your life and like any other advice that you need. That's something I'm going to offer in the future. But just bear with me, guys, because I will be moving in the next couple of months, and just a lot of shifts are happening. If you guys know, like, I do these readings, but like they teach me so much about myself and what's going on in my own life too, because most tarot readers will tell you it's very difficult to read yourself. Like, you can see the cards and you like know what they mean, obviously, but it's not like some powerful insight. It's usually just like annoying. It's usually just annoying because you want to know more. I mean, that's me. I always want to know more. Virgo, gotta know. And Spirit has taught me that the more you know, the more responsibility comes with it. And that in and of itself is humbling. So guys, I guess the message here is, one, you need to have strong boundaries, because some people are out here using their gifts to see how much they can get away with. Okay? When you have strong boundaries, when you're not anxious, when you are sure of yourself and know what's you and what's somebody else, you cannot be taken for anything. Taken emotionally, taken mentally, taken, monetarily. You just can't be taken. Use your intuition. Use that level of self-knowledge to only align yourself with people that you feel 125% comfortable with. Okay? Like, for example, that woman was fine for me because I was apparently, strong enough in my connection then, and I didn't even know it. But develop a deep connection with Spirit, with your higher self, for you first and foremost. Because the best thing about this spiritual work is that when we are selfish and just focus on ourselves, it actually ripples out into the world and makes the world a lot better of a place, even if we might not see it right away. So I think that's the best part about it, because I know I often feel bad if I'm not doing enough for other people and not myself. And I've learned that if I don't do for me, I can't even be in service. So, it's a learning curve. But I love you guys, and I wanted to rant really quick. So if you're interested in booking a private reading, all my information is in the description box below. You can go to my website, or you can shoot me an email, okay? I really hope to keep connecting with you guys, and I am so internally grateful for how quickly my channel has grown and for all of you that have chosen to subscribe. The reason my comments are approved only is because I like to read every single one and make sure everyone's having a good conversation and a good time on my channel. No one should come here and be putting other people down or just bringing a shit vibe, I want everyone to come to my channel and be like, yes, get in my life right now. Girl! Anyways, guys, thank you so much, and I will connect with you again soon. Bye.